and they were screaming, "Get down!" I didn't get down. It was fucking awesome. I literally took every minute of it in, and it was.
Today, other than talking about Dana White making probably one of the worst public announcements, we have to talk about this fight card. We have Aljamain Sterling versus Yusuf Zalal. Let's just start off with the main event. Guys, this was prime Aljo, dude. This was prime Aljo. That's what I'm talking about, man. Let's go. Let's go, dude. Let's go, man. Let's go, dude. Dude, Yusuf had absolutely nothing for him, okay? I honestly, okay, let's break down this fight. First round, I had Aljo winning. Second round, I had Aljo winning. And then once we got to the third round, he got reversed. And Yusuf was kind of able to just win all the grappling exchanges. I was worried, because that guillotine was really tight in the third. And he was able to reverse him, and Aljo was really never able to take command of that round again. My prediction in this fight was a second round submission by Yusuf Zalal. I just kind of thought Aljo was washed going into this fight, but he proved he's still got it, at least with guys like Yusuf Zalal. I don't personally believe Yusuf Zalal is a top 10 fighter in this division, but this is still a super impressive win for someone who's in their prime. Like, Yusuf Zalal is the best he was ever going to be on this night. This was peak Yusuf Zalal, and he just got exposed by Aljamain Sterling, okay? Not exposed, but, Aljo's good. I think Aljo's probably the 8th best fighter in this division. You know what I mean? Featherweight's stacked. I don't know what to tell you, dude. I would take Aaron Pico. I'd take him Blejos. I would take... It will also, matchups make fights, right? I'm going to break down who I think Aljo should fight next and who I think Yusuf Zalal should fight next. But, just talking about this fight, really happy with Aljo's performance. I can't believe how good he looked in the fourth. I had it as a 10-8. I think they got it right. In round 5 too, you know what I mean? He looked good in every round. Other than round 3, he showed really dominance. Do I think that he deserves a title shot off of this fight? No. A number 1 contenders fight? Absolutely. 100%. It's unfortunate who it's going to be against, but absolutely Aljamain Sterling has earned that number 1 contenders fight, hopefully sometime later this year. But yeah, great main event. Really enjoyed it. And Yusuf Zalal, man, hey, time to be a gatekeeper, buddy. Sorry, I don't see anything materializing past this. This was your big moment. But yeah, all right, on to the co-main event. We have Norma Dumont versus Jocelyn Edwards. Jocelyn Edwards might be my favorite female fighter on the roster, period. She's there's no other female fighter on the roster that actually throws to knock your ass out, okay? Jocelyn Edwards throws like she wants to put people in a coma, and I appreciate that, okay? I don't get that vibe from any other fighter in this any other women's fighter. She is trying to knock your ass out. Okay, and I feel bad for Norma Dumont because her coaches gave her terrible information. They said, hey, you won round 1, you won round 2. Those were both 50-50 rounds. I scored at 29-28 Jocelyn. I even understand a 30-27 scorecard. I scored at 29-28 Jocelyn. So listen, Norma, I'm sorry, but this is on your coaches. You should have tried that third round, but maybe if you tried, your ass would have got knocked out, dude. Jocelyn's throwing to end the fight, dude. Listen, and we'll talk about who I want Jocelyn to fight next. But yeah, she's honestly one of the most exciting, if not the most exciting women's fighters on the roster. Going on next, we got Rafa Garcia versus Alexander Hernandez. Alexander Hernandez just had nothing for Rafa Garcia. It was the only competitive round was the third, and it wasn't even that competitive. I still had Rafa Garcia winning that round. It was a clear 30-27. I'm really excited to see what Rafa Garcia has next. I think he should probably get a shot in the rankings, especially at lightweight. I don't know exactly how you get him in. I didn't really matchmake him, but we can do this live and in person. Who do you think that Rafa Garcia should fight next? Probably in that 14 to 15 range. Maybe Fiziev I'm open to. But I don't really see a bunch of names out there. Manuel Torres, maybe because he just pulled out of his last fight. But Manuel Torres is a scary dude. He's a scary dude. But this was a great fight. Rafa Garcia looked really good. I think he deserves a top 15 shot. I don't know what that looks like right now, but I think he's right there. Alexander Hernandez, it's over. I hope the best for you, dude. Hope you figure it out. He should get a win soon, but back to the prelims, dude. 3-fight win streak is over, dude. 4-5 win streak. He was trying to get 5, dude. That would have been huge. All right, we got Davey Grant Boy, did I get this fight wrong, dude. Boy, did I get this fight wrong, bro. I did not believe... Like, he is the weirdest build in the UFC, dog. Him and DeRitter, I don't know what's going on with their rib cage. It's something odd, bro. He's got an odd-ass build. I just trusted a like, at 30 years old, you're at your peak in bantamweight. For speed, for size, like, you are at your peak. That's when, like, O'Malley won the belt, okay? That's when Jan was looking his best, okay? Even though you could say prime Jan is today, I don't think so. I think it was probably when he was, like, 30 years old. This is a 30-year-old Ecuadorian who's 17-1 walking into this fight. And he just lost. This is the biggest win for the British casuals since, like, pre-1776, dog. This is the biggest win pre-1776 for the British casuals, dog. This is huge. This is huge for Britain, bro. This is huge. This is huge. But Adriana, does he get cut? I mean, like, how do you lose to 40-year-old Davy Grant, dog? Like, you barely won your Dana White Contender Series. It was a war. It was a great fight. But, like, bro, what do you do with this guy? What do you do? I mean, he's going to get another shot. He deserves another shot. I'm not saying he doesn't, but he just had nothing for Davy Grant on the feet, bro. That's kind of embarrassing, dog. Like, your leg... Dude, if Joe Rogan watched this fight, he would have lost his mind, dog. The amount of calf kicks Davy Grant landed was absurd. He chewed up that calf, dog. Dude, give Davy Grant a shot at the belt. Why not? Why not? He definitely proved it tonight. Let's book it. Davy Grant versus Piotr Jan. Make it happen. Let's put it in Britain. Okay? Dude, I don't even want to talk about my predictions because of how bad they were, dude. It was bad. We're not even going to get to that. It was bad. I got every single one of these five fights wrong. I picked Zalal, Norma, Alexander Hernandez, Adriana Luna, Martinez, and I also picked Montel Jackson by knockout, by fluke knockout. Okay? And he almost fluked him in the first 2 seconds of the fight. I did score at Jaime Barcelos, and I'm glad he got the win. Jaime Barcelos needs a shot in the rankings, guys. Jaime Barcelos needs a shot in the rankings. Same thing with, like, Rafa Garcia. I just don't know who you put him up against. Like, because after Michael Chandler gets knocked out versus Hoofy, I don't think he's ranked anymore. That would be a 3-fight losing streak, so he probably wouldn't be. But, yeah, maybe Manuel Torres, like I said. But, dude, Jaime Barcelos, bro. Shout out. Title run continues, man. Title run continues for Jaime Barcelos. I love to see it, dude. I love to see it. 2 sub attempts for Jaime. Montel just never really got it going. I mean, he obviously won the first round, but these were close rounds, dude. These were close rounds. They didn't feel as low output as it looked, but I thought Jaime clearly won the second round, and then the third round was really close. If I'm remembering that correctly. By the way, guys, I'm not watching the prelims of an Apex Fight Night. I can't believe Cody Durden won, bro. I cannot believe that, dog. That's unbelievable. That is unbelievable. But I didn't watch it, but I did watch this fight, dude. Ryan Span's that guy. Who said Ryan Span was going to win? That was me. I did predict him by submission. I did. To be fair, I did predict him by submission, but it's whatever. I picked him by round 3 submission, but we'll take the round 2 knockout. That knockout was nasty. Okay? That knockout was disgusting. All right? But shout out Ryan Span. He looked great in this fight. All right, now let's go on. Let's take a look at my predictions for the card. Oh, buddy. Oh, and I also got the fight below this wrong, too. Oh, buddy. So that puts us at 3 for 4. 3 for 9 on the card. That's my worst card ever. I had not, going into this card, had a losing card all year. But 3 for 9 definitely doesn't help you out. Doesn't make your night any better. Shout out Ryan Span, getting me the only points on the main card. That was my lock. Man, this was bad. This was bad, dude. This was bad. I was confident in you, Ryan, dude. Confident in Ryan, dog. Dang. Yeah, dude, I could not believe that Davy Grant was going to win this fight. But that was the most crafty vet performance of all time. That was the craftiest, vettiest performance of all time. Montag was a lock, and then Brennan Marshall was also, like, they were minus 500. I'm not flexing those picks. All right, now going on to some of the fights I'd match make post after this fight. Listen, I think Aljo versus Gene Silva makes sense. I think it does definitely make sense. I hate it for Aljo. I actually don't, because I personally actually believe Gene Silva is the best fighter in the featherweight division. But I think if you're going to make a fighter that can beat him, I would say it's probably Movzar. If anyone's going to beat him, it's probably Movzar. I don't know. Aljo, I think, is better on the feet than Movzar is, to be honest. I think Aljo is better on the feet, which is crazy to say. But I don't think Aljo has the same chin that I would assume Movzar to have. Like, Aljo's chin is shaky, dog. Like, Yusuf landed one good jab, and it was like, I don't know, dude. So it's like, I'm worried. I would take him by, like, round 2 knockout. But Silva could get subbed. I'm going to be honest. Silva could definitely get subbed. It's tough, though. It's tough. Because, I mean, like, look what Silva did to Bryce Mitchell. Like, I don't know. I'm taking Gene Silva, though, in this fight. But I think that this is the fight next that needs to be made. Rankings-wise, it makes sense. And I also think that you need to make... I heard that they might do Yair versus Silva. You know, you could do Lerone versus Aljo. That's absolutely a possibility. I don't like that for Lerone. I think a Lerone versus Yair fight, and then this is a true number 1 contender. Just kind of like put Yair in a box by himself. I don't want him fighting for the belt. He's taken a year and a half off. I don't want him fighting for the belt. He needs to take some time. Okay, have him fight Lerone. Both of those guys keep kind of out of the title picture. This is the main title fight. This is who we want fighting for the belt next after Movzar. Like, if Aljo wins that fight, dude, like, if Aljo wins this fight, we're genuinely talking about, like, it's a huge legacy fight. Like, I know it doesn't sound crazy, but, dude, it's a huge legacy fight. Aljo versus Gene Silva is a huge... I mean, Aljo versus Volk is a huge fight for the sport. I know they're both old and I know they're both out of their prime, but that is a huge fight for the sport and the rankings in these divisions. Like, that means something, dude. That means something. All right, going on to what I think that you should do with Yusuf Zalal. Hey, Kevin Leos, dude. Like, it sucks, but I think that's the fight that makes sense. You could make this an Apex main event, and that's hype. That's hype, dude. That's hype. I'm taking Kevin Leos by knockout. For sure. But, after you lose that kind of, I'm one of those guys, right? Like, that's what Yusuf could have been. Are you one of those guys? You know, his only loss is to Taporia. Are you one of those guys? After you lose to Aljo, you lose that, right? And now you got to, all right, now prove your worth, dog. Go beat Kevin Leos. Now you got to face the killers. You're no longer this young coming up prospect that you're the one we're making fights for. No. Now we're making fights off of you. Okay, that's what happens whenever you lose to, you know, a former vet. Now we're making fights off of you. Now we're making fights off of your name. Now get Kevin Leos in there for you in an Apex main event. Make this. You can either do this as a fight night main event, like do this in Brazil. Do this in Brazil. Oh my gosh, do this in Brazil. Okay, make this a Brazil card and have Gene Silva headline it. Or you could do, let's do the September. I'm cooking. Let's do the September pay-per-view. Let's have Armin versus Oliveira as the main event. Make this the co-main event. For Armin versus Oliveira 2 for the BMF. Make this the co-main event. Dude, I'm cooking, bro. I'm cooking. All right. Jocelyn Edwards versus Julian Pena. The winner will fight the winner of Harrison versus Nunes. I used to think that we were going to do a interim for the Harrison belt. It doesn't look like that anymore. It looks like we're just going to do Harrison versus Nunes. That's fine. Get this fight going, though. You could make this, honestly, a fight. Like, they haven't done a women's main event yet this year. I think that this could main event a fight night. An Apex fight night. Let me make that clear. An Apex fight night. And I'd be hyped for it. That sounds dope, dude. That sounds dope. I love, dude, Jocelyn Edwards. I'm a fan, dog. I watched her fight against Priscilla, and after that fight, I'm sold. I'm excited for this fight. So her versus Julian Pena, I actually think that they could carry a card, and I think that would actually be pretty fun. You got to put some good fights under it. Don't get me wrong. You need a couple guys in the tens that are ranked to solidify this card, but that could actually be a pretty decent fight. I'd actually be pretty pumped for that. All right, now on to what do you do with Honey Barcelos? I think he needs to step up. Not a crazy step up, but I'm saying whoever loses this Corey versus Mario Batista fight on International Fight Week, I want him to fight the loser of those fights. You know what I mean? I think that those two guys, who do I think wins that fight? That's such a good fight. I think probably more than likely, I think Batista probably wins that fight. So you're probably looking at a Corey versus Raoni Barcelos matchup. You could also do Raoni versus Vera, but those are two unks. Like, I don't know if you want to do that. Like, that's the fight that I think you should make. And anyways, guys, that's kind of my immediate reaction to everything that went down today. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Hopefully you enjoy this. Good night.